Cheers again, Gundam Converge fans, and today we have a different one. This isn't a Gundam Converge, it's from something called the MS Collection. So we're going to go over these 5 models today, and I'm going to hopefully learn a little bit about these things in the Gundam universes. So let's get these 4 out of the way for now, and look at this goofy looking thing. So this is called MSN Mobile Suit Number 10, MSM10 Zock. And it's actually purposely supposed to look goofy, I think. This is from the actual first Gundam series called Mobile Suit Gundam, the animation. So it's supposed to be like a moving gun platform more than like a walking robot because it hovers across the ground. That's what this website's telling me. So it's powered by nuclear reactors, and this is a huge one, 24 meters tall, 230 metric tons. And then these guns shoot front and back. It's supposed to be a symmetric design. So it has this giant mono eye here in the front. Oh, and what series is this in? This is the Gundam Converge collection number 14, and it's number 86 in the overall series, this Converge figure. It does have this silly base which covers up the feet, so I take this and I put that right into the trash barrel. Alright, so you'll see here in the back that is symmetric as the front. It's just that the torso is canted forward, so it looks a little bit different. So I believe in the cartoon this eye actually swings around to the other side if it needs to, so it can just turn around. And then all these pink things are mega particle guns or something, so it shoots forward and backwards and upwards. It's a amphibious platform, so it's supposed to swim through the water like that. That's why it looks kind of like a giant torpedo. Alright, Converge figure-wise, these arms do come off. Pretty big pegs, of course, so they can actually hold a pose. I guess these must spin as well, so these are similar to like Zock's claws, but bigger. I wonder if there are guns in the hands. There's a recess. It looks like there might be a gun there. But anyways, can rotate those around. I don't think there's going to be anything else, but look at this. The torso does come out. And there's a whole bunch of... Maybe these are thrusters down there? I'm not sure. But you don't need to glue this one together. That's a really snug fit. Here's some thrusters on the bottom of the feet. Okay. And also down here. And then we got just a bunch of molded details. A bunch of circles very often. A bunch of grooves very often. You can take a Gundam marker. Or sometimes with these larger ones you can take a fine tip Sharpie. Alright, but if you mess up with a Sharpie, it's going to stain this paint forever. So you might want to clear coat this beforehand. So, very funky. It's just so cartoonish. It literally is... When you look at other Gundams, they're so advanced looking. This is like a comic relief, you know? This looks like... It's like the fat kid in a comedy movie, you know, that everyone picks on or something like that. Sorry for fat children, but sadly... the world is very shallow and judges people on their appearance. Okay, but when you're older, just make a lot of money, and that's all that really matter. Now, so this guy I bought all these locally, so I don't have any packaging or anything like that. The internet tells me it's part of something called the MS Collection, and I bought it because it's pretty similar in size, right? The internet tells me this may have never been a real suit. It may have just been a redesigned interpretation, and it was in like a video game of some sort. But the main difference is it has 4 legs, of course, and it's still symmetric. The front and the rear are the same, but this is a separate piece. This is also PVC, so it's really that soft rubber kind of plastic. And so if it drops off of a shelf, it's not going to break, you know, so that's a good thing, right? It's not going to break. Yeah, this whole thing is PVC, very durable, but also looks a little bit clownish. This one, obviously, they filled in the air gap there. These arms look like they're separate pieces, yeah, so you could rotate those around if you need to. Alright, although it kind of has a way that just wants to sit there. It's not really designed to be posable, apparently. And I don't know if the previous owner went and markered this up, but there's a lot of black little details in all these little slits, so possibly it was detailed. Oddly though, there isn't black up in here, so I'll have to go and add some black there. Do these arms move? No, they're not meant to. I can see there's two pins holding that in place. Yeah, so this nose here, though, it keeps falling off. Maybe some crazy glue later on will keep that in place. Alright, some thrusters. Seems to be 6 thrusters down there, and then, yeah, you can see it's kind of falling apart, so I gotta force that all back together. Alright, but anyways, it's really funky. But first, this is funky. This is funky times 2. So, yeah, interesting, these suits, you know. The people that design these things, they have some really weird imaginations. I'm not sure what would have inspired these designs. Insects, maybe? Alright, let me reset. Alright, so this figure is from Gundam Converge Collection number 15, and it's number 90, and it's just called the Zeta Plus. Fandom tells me there's a Zeta Plus A1 and also a C1 version, so I don't know which one this is, but it looks like they both have the same JPEG on there. So this is basically shown in a photo novel called Gundam Sentinel. So never in a cartoon, but this is from a cartoon right here, so I don't know what cartoon it is from, but alright, typical stats on the Gundam here. Let's see what it says here. Yeah, reading through this, it turns out this robot is designed for atmosphere, not for space flight. And it also is like a transformer. It converts into like a riding platform, the Wave Rider form. So I don't know really what that looks like, but down here maybe. Oh yeah, here you go. So it becomes like a jet fighter of some sort. And I think maybe other robots can actually ride on it. So it might pair up with other robots. So interesting. Okay. So being from the earlier collections, yeah, it comes with this dumb stand. That goes in the trash. I like this because it's, even though it's just kind of a plain gray, I don't know, I like the color scheme of this guy. It's not over the top, but I still like it because you can see all these details. When professionals make like model mock-ups of prototypes, they usually spray paint them gray because you can see the light in shadows a lot better. And that's definitely the case on this one. You can see all the little dots, all the little lines very clearly because of this gray color. The bottom of the feet have some great detail as well. So they're painted blue, obviously. This gun is obviously warped, but if you put it in some hot water, you can bend it back in place. Or you can use a heat gun, but you know, a heat gun might melt the plastic or burn the paint. The gun itself is part of the hand, and that obviously rotates around. And then the shoulder also rotates, but not the elbows on this one. Pretty thin elbows, so I can understand. And there's just circle and circle here for the shape. Sometimes the holes are hexagons. I'm gonna guess these are separate pieces, but I don't know if the last person glued them on, or yeah. Well, that's good. It won't fall out. Backpack is a separate piece. A lot of details behind as well. Right. So that's good. On the smaller pieces, I highly recommend you glue them in place because you will lose them. They just fall out. Alright, so this guy has like a shield here. I'm gonna guess that must be a separate piece. Yeah. I don't know if it's supposed to be in that direction, but being a round peg and hole, you can move it forward like that. Kind of a weird shield. Doesn't really protect much. I'm not sure. I don't know why the shield is that way. Like, wouldn't you think it'd be wider? It almost looks like an airplane. Maybe it has to do with the transforming effect. It looks like there might be thrusters in the shoulder. The head here is also a round and round peg system. And then the face, looks like we got some nice translucent red eyes on this one. Or maybe that's just metallic paint. Let me look at that closer with my own eyes. Yeah, sorry, that's just some, I believe that's just red metallic paint. Or maybe it's painted silver with red clear coat on top of it. A little bit of blue. Maybe these are cannons in the head. Yeah, see, there's that red metallic paint. This is probably a separate piece as well. But I think someone glued it in place, or it's tight enough that I don't think it's going to fall out easily. Yeah, alright. So I just gotta go and melt that, heat up that gun to make it straight, but I'll do that later. Alright, pretty cool. I really like the detailing on this guy. It looks the most realistic as far as what humans today would be able to do. You know, it looks like a stealth fighter, kind of. Okay, the next Converge figure is from Converge Collection 15, and it's number 91, and it's called the GM Cannon, or the RGC-80. This is a secret chase color one, though. So the standard one, I think, obviously had more standard colors, probably similar to that image, but I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Statistically here, this is a mass production artillery mobile suit. It's developed from this prototype and later became that thing. 58 units were made in this universe. It's basically a mobile suit with a giant cannon on its shoulder, right? So these silly clear foot bases can go away. So I was just fiddling with this since I bought it loose. These things are separate pieces. If you lose one, it actually doesn't look that bad. You know, it looks like it has like cooling fins on the back of the head. But I'm gonna end up super gluing those in place after I detail this thing up. So yeah, even though it won't fall off, if you fondle this at all, I'm pretty sure that's gonna fall off, and then you'll lose it, and then you'll get annoyed. Or at least that's what happens with me. And then the cannon itself, it's painted like a gunmetallic color. Not much of a recess though in the barrel. And that one's the loosest fit. So that one's definitely a crazy good later. The head does come off, I'm assuming. Maybe. Excuse me. Well, I can't get it off. I don't know. Maybe it's not meant to because it might collide with the cannon. But the eye lens visor thing is really cool. It's a clear piece of plastic and there's molded silver behind it. So it's neat. Above it, they have a pretty good match with the silver metallic paint with probably a clear coat of blue. I'm assuming that's blue on top of silver. I think these might be guns or something like that. Interesting, it's not symmetric. I thought I was missing a piece for a second, but no, there's just a yellow vent here, but not there. The arms do move, okay. And then this shield here can come off. Some details on the back side. This hand is molded in, that's not going to come off at all, or rotate. The torso, no movement. This hand, though, is a separate piece, and it has like this short, stubby pistol. It's pretty neat. I actually like this short pistol, different from all the giant ones on the other robots. Some foot details, maybe some thrusters or something down there. And the backpack is that gunmetal as well. Yeah, all sorts of molded in details. Interesting that these are identical. They're not mirrored. I wonder if those are ammo packs for this. Yeah. If you look at this, so I'm guessing these are supposed to be ammo packs that go into this thing. But I don't know if I have the same paint. Ideally, these would be painted, this thing, or this would be painted maroon. Alright, well, let me get this back together. So all in all, I think the highlight for this guy is the clear visor and the actual details behind it. So that's what makes me like this one. Just be mindful of those little pieces falling off, though. Alright, the last Converge series for today is from Series 15. It's number 93. It is called the Blue Destiny Unit number 1. Okay, it's got the stand thing again. This one's all yellowed. And let's see what fandom says here. It showed up in Mobile Suit Gundam's side story, The Blue Destiny. Alright, and unfortunately it seems to be a failure. It's developed from the RX-79, and it had some sort of exam system put into the head, some sort of control system or something, but it says here it went crazy and it attacked friends and stuff like that, and it overheated. So it just wasn't a very successful mobile suit, but it was in an actual cartoon or anime. Alright, now we get to the actual Converge series figure. For me, I just like these visors. Look at this clear plastic. There's some molded details with silver paint behind it. And then they do a good match here of matching that color there, that metallic as well. This head must be separate, yeah. It's a circle and a hex as far as its construction goes. Okay, this thing probably comes off. This is hard. Nope, I thought that was going to be hard plastic, but it's PVC, soft, but it still has details on the back, so you can add some color. I do like that this 01 is molded in. You can add some color there very easily. And then I like that this actually has a round hole, so you can actually adjust the angle of the shield however you see fit, right? Shoulder, yeah, rounded round on this one. Let's see if the torso spins. Some of them do. Nope, not this one. Legs never do. It's actually a darker blue on the feet and nice details down there, some thrusters or something. This hand is a separate piece usually, and yeah, I think it's just the paint stuck. Yeah, he's got a little pistol there with nice details on that. Okay, so that's nice. Yeah, but this hand here I think is just molded in and just painted set different color, so you're not gonna spin that hand. Going to the back. Typical details, although something seems to have gone wrong with that one. Backpack here, that's probably a separate piece. Well, it might be glued in place. Yeah, okay. This is a little different, you know. I'm used to seeing so many Gundams being white. But this one is blue, two-tone blue. A little bit of red in there, the chin. That's the only red I see, actually. And then that metallic abdomen and hands. So, not bad, not bad. Let me reset. So it's another fine round of collecting today. They're not my favorite Gundam Converges, or whatever, that's technically not Converge, but I don't know which one I like the most. Either this or this, because they're just so goofy looking. And this isn't even a Converge, but it's, yeah, very rare mobile suit. For more normal people, I would think that this is probably a favorite. It just seems to have the most details molded into its body. And then these two are just good. Alright, anyways, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you the next time I get another bunch of these Converge figures.